Trump's lobbying efforts fall flat as president's call to McCain, arm-twisting by Pence, and campaign to squeeze GOP moderates fails to avert healthcare fiasco. President Trump's personal lobbying campaign to cultivate Senator John McCain and squeeze a pair of moderate Republicans failed to secure passage of a Senate bill to tear down part of Obamacare. The president personally called McCain to try to secure his support in the final hours before a crucial vote to pass a skinny bill that would rip away some fundamental parts of the law Republicans have been railing against for 7 years. The president also publicly saluted the former POW recently stricken with brain cancer, tailing him in public for his dramatic return to Washington to cast a critical vote that allowed Republicans to take up an Obamacare repeal. His top lieutenant, Vice President Mike Pence, didn't fare any better, spending more than 20 minutes on the Senate floor working over McCain in the final minutes before the bill went down at 1:30 a.m. Friday morning. Trump tried a soft approach online with McCain, who he infamously taunted during the campaign by saying he preferred people who don't get captured. As Sen. John McCain, thank you for coming to D.C. for such a vital vote. Congrats to all Rep. We can now deliver GRT healthcare to all Americans. Trump wrote. The public acknowledgement was a turnaround from 2015, when Trump went after McCain during the campaign, saying, "He's not a war hero. He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people who weren't captured." Trump's phone call to McCain was reported by Politico and multiple outlets. The failure to bring McCain, a conservative who has himself called for a comprehensive repeal of Obamacare, dealt a critical blow to the effort. McCain himself cited the closed-door, improvised process that led the GOP to the make-or-break vote after midnight. Republicans hadn't held hearings on the bill, provided only a few hours' notice of the latest draft, and scheduled the vote when most of their constituents were asleep. Republicans had been furious over Democratic efforts to jam through Obamacare when it was enacted. His Interior Department Secretary, Ryan Zink, reportedly called Murkowski to say the administration's support for a key road and energy extraction issues might dry up. She held firm anyway. She released a statement Tuesday saying, "I have repeatedly said that healthcare reform, and especially major entitlement reform, should go through the committee process where stakeholders can weigh in and ideas can be vetted in a bipartisan forum." At a White House event on health care, Trump seated himself next to Murkowski and Maine Senator Susan Collins. Collins also voted no on the bill. The three defections were enough to kill the bill. Trump even tried being a cheerleader. "Go Republican senators, go. Get there after waiting for 7 years. Give America great health care," he tweeted to his millions of followers. He urged in another tweet, "Come on Republican senators, you can do it on health care. After 7 years, this is your chance to shine. Don't let the American people down." Entreaties by Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and House Speaker Paul Ryan also failed to sway McCain. McCain lived up to his reputation as a political maverick as he dramatically voted no to reject the repeal of Obamacare on a night of high suspense in the U.S. Capitol, dealing a serious blow to President Donald Trump's agenda. With the vote stalled going late into the morning, McCain walked onto the Senate floor just before 2 a.m. to point his finger downwards and said nay to audible gasps from fellow lawmakers. Killing the so-called skinny repeal dead 51-49 after 7 years of promises from Republicans, McCain, who flew to Washington after surgery for his brain cancer, was joined by fellow GOP rebels, Senators Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins. On leaving the Capitol, McCain was asked by reporters why he decided to vote against the bill. He replied, "Because it was the right thing to do." He later issued a statement. The final vote was 49-51. Republicans Lisa Murkowski of Alaska and Susan Collins of Maine joined McCain in voting no. The amendment was a last resort for Senate Republicans to pass something, anything, to trigger negotiations with the House. "It's time to turn the page," said Senate Minority Leader Charles Schumer of New York. "We are not celebrating. We are relieved." Health and Human Services Secretary Tom Price said in a statement that Trump administration would pursue its health care goals through regulation. "This effort will continue," Price said. Ted Cruz, a hardline conservative who had previously warned the bill might not properly derail Obamacare, told reporters, "Mark my words, this journey is not yet done." For 7 years Republicans have campaigned on one central message: that we would repeal the train wreck that is Obamacare. The losers tonight are the people who believed in the democratic process, believe that actually when candidates run and say, "I will fight to repeal Obamacare," that actually means they will fight to repeal Obamacare. Buoyed by a signal from House Speaker Paul Ryan, McConnell had introduced a pared-down health care bill late Thursday that he hoped would keep alive Republican ambitions to repeal Obamacare.